Hello. It is predicted that on November 14th, 2022, NASA's Artemis 1 spaceship and rocket will explode in a dramatic explosion and crash in a fiery crash. Today's date is November 8th. The post date that this video was posted proves that this prediction is being made ahead of time, as well as does this time-stamped email and forensic notes PDF. If you are skeptical for some reason, please email me and I will forward these to you. This video is also predicting that Kamala Harris will die in a plane crash due to a bird strike in St. Louis on November 26th. Here is the email and forensic notes PDF that document this prediction. This video is also predicting that Michelle Obama will become the 47th president on December 13th, 2022. Here is the email and forensic notes PDF that document this prediction. This video is also predicting that there will be a catastrophic asteroid hit on Earth on September 2nd, 2023. This will be a fulfillment of what is described in the book of Revelation in the Bible in chapter 8. This will sound very strange, but when famous actor Will Smith got up onto the stage of the Academy Awards and slapped hard comedian Chris Rock, and then shortly after gave his acceptance speech for winning Best Actor for a movie named King Richard. This event that shocked the nation and was shocking was a major prophetic sign from God that is not only communicating that God will slap NASA's Artemis spaceship back to Earth when it attempts to launch its mission to the moon on September 3rd, 2022, which will be shocking. But what will be even more shocking, and what is communicated with this slap of Chris Rock, is the upcoming asteroid crash, a rock that the King of Kings, Christ, will slap Earth with. Hence why Chris Rock and King Richard. This asteroid rock will slap Earth exactly 40 weeks after Kamala Harris will fall from the sky and die in a plane crash. And when asked by the disciples for the signs to look for of his return, Jesus replied with the metaphor of birth pains, and according to the medical profession, the average human gestation period is 40 weeks. Hence why this 40 weeks connection to the day that Kamala Harris will fall from the sky in a plane crash. And this will be shocking. This will be explained in this amazing video. Let's begin with the main reason for the inspiration for this video, which is this prediction that NASA's Artemis 1 will explode in a fiery crash on November 14th, 2022. The reason for why this is the case, this will be the kickoff, if you will, the beginning, the symbolic beginning of this judgment destruction of America, and the beginning of the Great Tribulation period that is described in Bible prophecy, the period of the Antichrist and his rule over the Antichrist system. But this will be a symbolic beginning of it. And the reason why this is such a huge, massive prophetic sign, and why it is so important, is that the moon symbolizes Jesus. The sun symbolizes God the Father, and the sun's light is too bright for us to gaze at, but we can gaze at the sun's light reflected off of the moon. In the Bible, rock is symbolism for Jesus, and the moon is a giant rock. And watching the moon and watching the timing of the moon symbolizes watching Christ and watching the timing of Christ, which is why in the Jewish religion, from the Jewish Bible, watching the moon, the timing of the moon, is important. NASA's mission to return to the moon by 2024, this stated mission of returning to the moon by 2024 that has been stated for the last number of years. It is part of a number of prophetic signs in which the theme is this return to the moon by 2024 that God is using to communicate that the second coming, the return of Lord Jesus Christ, will be in 2024. And the reason for the predictions being made in this video is to prove this. Make no mistake, the reason why God has given me a voice through these predictions is to prove that the second coming will be on the Day of Atonement in the Hebrew calendar on October 12th, 2024. God's true big picture of signs, patterns, and connections, which is only being explained on this channel, is an interconnected web in which all of the main conclusions are inextricably tied to each other. And this web, if you will, centers on the second coming date. And so this is why these predictions will prove that this is God's true big picture of signs, patterns, and connections, which is pointing to the Day of Atonement, October 12th, 2024. This crash, this explosion and crash of NASA's ARTEMIS spacecraft in its first initial launch of their mission to return to the moon by 2024, this return to the moon, this crash will be communicating to America that America is not returning to the moon. It has fallen out of grace with God. That is the purpose of the symbolic prophetic relevance of this prophetic sign. NASA will attempt to launch a spacecraft to the moon, but God will push it back to Earth. That is the reason for this return to the moon mission, and then this climax to these return to the moon signs is a judgment sign. This crash of NASA's Artemis 1 on November 14th, 2022 will be a massive judgment sign from God that is communicating that the relationship between America and God is very, very bad and is ending now. It will communicate that judgment, destruction of America will begin now. Also, this crash will symbolize, hint at the coming explosion and crash of Kamala Harris's airplane. Through the death of Kamala Harris, her replacement will lead to the rise of the Antichrist. Some social media sites have a maximum length for videos that can be posted, and so I need to cut this video into 2 parts. Click on the link to watch the remainder of this video. You can also find this link in the description box below this video. Make sure you watch the remainder of this extremely important video that is posted on a different channel than the one you are watching now. The link to the rest of this video is in the description box below this video. Hopefully you at least found this introduction video to be interesting, and if so, please leave a like and upvote the video, and please consider sharing the video.